Contra has its roots in gaming dating back to the original NES and shoulders its namesake alongside some of the most recognizable franchises in the industry. Beyond a cryptic tease during the Konami 2011 E3 press conference that went nowhere and WayForward's valiant but ultimately forgettable Contra 4, it's sad that the Contra flame may be close to blowing out. GT's own Rohan Rivas wanted to celebrate the titles that he grew up with as he yearns to see a proper, current generation revival. With that out of the way, here are Rohan's top 5 Contra games. Number 5. Super C. Like any Hollywood action movie sequel in the 80s, Super C took everything that made the original Contra great and amped it up. The game introduced inclined surfaces for players to scale, top-down levels that broke up the side-scrolling action, and gave players freedom to move around rather than side to side, and much more. Super C turned Contra into a franchise, and was a blast to play. Number 4. Contra 3: The Alien Wars. Memories of the Super Nintendo wouldn't be complete without Contra 3: The Alien Wars. With better graphics allowing more explosions on screen, Mode 7 top-down levels, speeder bikes, tremendous bosses, and the tried-and-true difficulty, Alien Wars showcased what the SNES was capable of. The Alien Wars made such an impression that it was the Super Nintendo's power showcase for the console's early life for years after its release. Number 3. Contra. The original Contra was one of those weird games on the NES that stood outside the family-friendly box, tapping into the visual source material of 80s action films and tasking players to move to the right and shoot anything and everything. Contra surprised everyone because it was as unforgiving as it was addictive, and paved the way for shooters to come. Number 2. Contra: Shattered Soldier. No one knew what to expect from the PlayStation 2's Contra Shattered Soldier, considering the last few titles were top-down travesties. However, the polygonal side-scroller delivered on all the Contra tropes. Bringing the fiction and heroes from previous games back into the limelight, Shattered Soldier was insanely difficult and utilized the PS2's hardware, showcasing massive bosses, fast-paced levels, and more effects than ever before. Plus, the game's soundtrack was as mercilessly memorable as the action itself. Number 1. Contra Hardcore. Although it was released in a crowded market late in the life of the Sega Genesis, Contra Hardcore was off the radar for a lot of gamers during this period, but that didn't stop it from being the definitive Contra experience. 4 selectable characters with unique weapons, insanely tough levels, branching paths and storylines along with multiple endings made Hardcore the game enthusiasts had been hoping for, with arguably more replayability than any Contra game, and music that left players wondering if there was a tiny CD spinning inside the cart. Hardcore still stands above all the rest, delivering more over-the-top Contra moments than any other, all while making it look so damn cool in the process.